Welcome to this video. We're going to be talking about dividing polynomials. So remember long division? Let's take a quick flashback to the time in middle school when we learned long division. Here's a long division problem. 790,780 divided by 95. How would we solve this without using a calculator? Well, we would use the whole process of long division. So let's review how it goes. Here's our number, 790,780. First, we start with we look at the first two numbers. Obviously, 79 is less than 95, so we got to go to the first three numbers, 790. What can we multiply by 95 to get us something close to 790? Well, that would be 8. 8 times 95 gives us 760. We subtract, and that gives us 30. Bring down 7, and we have 307 here. Same thing. What times 95 is close to 307? 3. 3 times 95 gives us 285. Subtract gives us 22. Bring down to 8. So we have 228. Same thing. 2 times 95 gives us 190, which is the closest we can get. Subtract gives us 38. Lastly, bring down to 0. 4 times 95 actually gives us exactly 380. And so we are left with a remainder of 0. So our answer here is 8,324. So before we jump into the process of long division with polynomials, which is very similar to the one we just did, let's review some important terminology. The number that's on the top, your solution, is called the quotient. The number that you're dividing with, that's the divisor, and the number that's being divided, that's called the dividend. Lastly, whatever you're left with is known as the remainder. Okay, so here's the process we're going to use when we actually do this same division with polynomials. So first, look at the first variable of the divisor and the dividend, and then decide what do you need to multiply by the divisor to equal the dividend. That's what you're going to write on top. Then you're going to take that value and you're going to multiply it by all terms of the divisor. Once you do that, just like long division, you're going to subtract and repeat the process until the dividend is smaller than the divisor. Whatever's left is going to be your remainder, and then you can write that as a fraction of the divisor. So let's see that worked out. Here's an example. We have the polynomial 2x cubed plus 13x squared plus 25x plus 14 divided by 2x plus 7. So here's it all worked out, but I'm going to go through it piece by piece. Starting off with the first part, you look at the first term of this polynomial and the first term of your divisor and your dividend. So you ask the question, what do I need to multiply by the first term of the divisor here to get me the first term of the dividend, which is 2x cubed? So in this case, I need to multiply by x squared. So that's what I'm going to start by writing up here is x squared. X squared times 2x gives me 2x cubed. So that's what I needed. Now the next step is actually multiply by all terms of the divisor. So in this case, I would also multiply by the 7, which gives me 7x cubed. Excuse me, 7x squared. Now I subtract. So this will obviously cancel. That's why I did that. Then 13x squared minus 7 gives me 6x squared. Now I repeat the process again. So this time I ask the question, what do I need to multiply by 2x to give me 6x squared? Well, that would be 3x. So 3x times 2x gives me 6x squared. And then again, I have to multiply by all terms of the divisor. So I multiply by 7, 2 gives me 21x. Oh, I forgot. I have to pull down the 25. So then I subtract again. These cancel. 25x minus 21 gives me 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull down the 14. And I repeat the process one more time. What do I need to multiply by 2x to give me 4x? Well, it would just be 2, positive 2. So positive 2 times 2x gives me 4x, and positive 2 times 7 gives me 14. Well, look at that. It matched, which means I'm left with the remainder of 0. So my final answer here is x squared plus 3x plus 2. So what about if we're left with a remainder? So sometimes the division doesn't work out cleanly and we have a remainder at the end. This is exactly the same, except we just add an extra step. So let's see another example. Here's our first polynomial. It's being divided by 3x minus 2. So here's it worked out. Let's go over it piece by piece. Starting off with the first variable in the dividend, what do I need to multiply 3x to give me 6x cubed? The answer would be 2x squared. 2x squared times 3x gives me 6x cubed. Then I also have to multiply by the negative 2. 2x squared times negative 2 gives me negative 4x squared. So these will cancel, but notice this is negative 13x squared minus negative 4x squared. So that actually turns to plus positive, which gives me negative 9x squared here. So then I bring down the negative 15x, and I do it again. Okay, so what do I multiply by 3x to give me negative 9x squared? Well, that would be negative 3x. So negative 3x times 3x gives me negative 9x squared, and then negative 3x times negative 2 gives me positive 6. These will cancel, and then negative 15x minus positive 6 is actually negative 21x. So we do it again. What do we multiply by 3x to give me negative 21x? It would be negative 7, and then negative 7 times negative 2 gives you positive 14. Sorry, I have to bring down the 21 from here. That's where the 21 came from. And we subtract, these will cancel. 21 minus 14 gives me a remainder of 7. Now this is a remainder because I can't multiply 3x by anything to give me 7 because it's less than the divisor. So this is when I know I have a remainder, and I can write my final answer 2x squared. This is what I have up here, the quotient. 2x squared minus 3x minus 7, and then this is the new part. I tack on the remainder divided by the divisor. All of this together is my final answer. And that's it for this lesson. So once you've completed the Desmos activity, you can go ahead and work on the Delta Math practice.